Alright, in this video, I kind of want to talk about size, and I already know some of you in your head have the "that's what she said" joke in mind, but yeah, it's all about considering the size of a specific item, because in these videos that I post lately, it's all about kind of utilizing a dedicated item to somewhat get away from your phone with the goal of kind of resetting your brain, right? I love my phone, especially this Samsung Fold 5. Amazing tech, really good for consuming content like YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, but also working, answering emails, working on spreadsheets and stuff like that. So an amazing tool. There's nothing wrong with that per se in terms of what it can do. But you have a lot of distractions like notifications. You also have social media. You then have the lack of physical buttons, which can, using an item or a specific task, much more enjoyable. So for that, I always recommend to either have a dedicated retro gaming device, a camera for vlogging like the DJI Pocket 3, or a camera like the Fuji X-M5 that is currently recording me, Canon G9 little point and shoot camera. Those devices are amazing, not only because they give me, they can achieve something without distracting me from notifications or apps that kind of steer me in a completely different way. For example, if I want to take a little bit of photography, then yes, I could do this. It's probably better than my Canon G9. But I'm lacking physical buttons and I get distracted by going to Instagram or having a notification. That is why I kind of I kind of recommend to utilize dedicated items for those specific tasks, or like with retro gaming, this Anbernic RG35XX Plus. It helps me to play a game and then kind of get lost in the story without getting distracted. And by getting lost in that story, in that activity, I reset my brain. I've talked a lot about this in the last few videos, that utilizing 10 to 20 minutes breaks to play a game kind of resets my brain. At least that is what works for me. Maybe it doesn't work for you, but for me it works really well to reset my brain and then gain a new perspective on what I have to do. But there's the huge thing that we kind of tend to forget, especially when it comes down to cameras, but also with gaming. We kind of think about, a Steam Deck would be a much better choice, investment, than this retro gaming device because it has more processing power. You can play much more games that you can get on the Steam library. You can buy AAA games, play them on a very good device. Or with cameras, for example, my Fuji X-M5, great camera, but I like to kind of dabble around the idea, maybe what about buying a full-frame camera? The Fuji X-M5 is an APS-C camera, but it's really small. What about buying a bigger camera? Those kind of thoughts eventually get in your head. You always kind of think about, maybe get the bigger one, get the item that is more capable. Also, DJI Pocket 3, great camera, but what about, again, buying a full-frame camera so I have better image quality when filming? But at least for me, the big hindrance is always the size of the item. As soon as something is getting too big, again, going back to the Steam Deck, I also own a Nintendo Switch. I barely use that device because I'm just, for the lack of a better description, just too lazy to carry that device with me. This fits in my pocket. I can carry it wherever I'm going and just play with this Anbernic retro gaming device for a couple of minutes instead of going into Instagram. I mean, that is the beauty of these phone devices, why they have become so addicting. We have them with us every single day, and they are so addicting. They are on our pockets. So it's easy to just grab them and just scroll Instagram. And by making a very conscious decision on buying something that is smaller, it makes it much more easier for us to decide, okay, let's just bring it. Let's just put it in our pockets and take it wherever we go. I mean, that is the reason why the DJI Pocket 3 has been an MVP for many months now, because I was able to utilize this for my main channel to film so many shots because I was not bogged down by a bigger camera and not bogged down by the thought, oh, do I really want to bring my mirrorless camera with me? Or maybe I need a stand, or that's so much. Okay, let's just leave it at home, right? And with the DJI Pocket, it fits in my sling bag. It is so easy to bring. So that is why I'm kind of advocating to make a very conscious decision to buy something smaller. I mean, that is the reason why action cameras right now are so popular, because you can kind of easily chuck them into your pants or jacket's pocket and then film wherever you are. And yes, it is very easy to kind of, in air quotes, fall into the trap of thinking, oh, it would be a better investment to buy a bigger camera because buy once, cry once, right? But there's also the argument, and I see that with many of my friends, they bought a really big full-frame camera, but they don't shoot any YouTube videos, although they wanted to, because it's just too big. They don't want to carry it around, and especially even when they carry it around, they feel so subconscious filming themselves outside because there's this huge this huge camera thingy with the Joby pod, the camera, the full frame camera, then maybe a shotgun mic. It looks very intimidating. Also, not only to you, but also to someone else, and everyone's like, what the hell is that person doing? And there's also this, many influencers here in Germany, all over the world, are doing so many very cringy things that we sometimes don't want to kind of be put into that category of content creators. So then we feel even more self-conscious when we are outside and people are like, hey, why the hell are you filming yourself? Are you one of those very annoying influencers, right? So that is why so many people I know, they don't bring the camera with them. And again, it's probably a good financial investment, buy once, cry once, to get the better one, right? Or just like the Steam Deck. This is probably not a good gaming device comparatively, but it's much better and I get much more use because it's so small and I can bring it wherever I'm going. A Steam Deck, I probably wouldn't bring it. I would probably just lay next to my couch and I maybe wouldn't use it. So there's always a balance point on decision. What kind of device am I willing to bring? And finding out, is that the right investment? Would it be better to buy the bigger and the more expensive one? Or would that be a device that would gather dust? And would it be a better investment and a financially more intelligent investment to buy the worst one, in air quotes, worst one item, to be able then to bring it wherever you go and actually use it much more? Same thing with point-and-shoot cameras. There's a huge argument that these kind of small point-and-shoot cameras, especially the ones that are kind of getting popular now, the Canon X's, from many years ago, it's really popular to buy the old cameras right now. The image quality probably isn't as great. The technical capabilities isn't as good as your iPhone. But because they are so small and they have physical buttons and stuff like that, a very unique look because of CCD sensors. I mean, this is really technical now, but there is a charm to it. And because they are so small and a little bit more fun to use, there is the argument that buying something that is worse, but giving you the option to bring it wherever you go and therefore you use it more, there is the argument that that would be the better investment, right? So yeah, that's just what I kind of wanted to communicate. Try to think about when you want to buy something, especially when it comes down to these tools that I always kind of recommend, like a camera to vlog, to kind of get your thoughts out, or a gaming device. Kind of think about it. Would I really carry this, in air quotes, better device with me, or would I maybe just buy the cheaper one? It's the same thing also with my Smart 4 that I unfortunately had to give away. You can really argue it's not a great car, but because it was a used car, it was a lot of fun to drive. And I didn't mind to kind of bump it against something. And it was a very old car. It was so much more fun to drive instead of a very new car, because with everything that is new, it's always kind of, you're fearful, oh, I want to scratch it. It's as if it's a utilitarian item. It's so much more fun if you don't kind of think about it. So that's also another kind of angle. If you know that something is cheap, you kind of are a little bit, for the lack of a better description, careless about it, but then it also becomes a little bit more fun. So a lot of food for thought. Again, consider the size of an item and therefore how easy it will be to carry around. And if you carry it around much more easily, would you use it more? Kind of think about that when you try to invest in a new item before kind of splurging out all of your money for maybe what on paper is the better item, but in practicality might not be something that you would use a lot. Just some food for thought. All right, maybe check out yesterday's video about my long-term review of the Anbernic RG35XX Plus up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. And don't forget to hype and like the video and maybe subscribe to it by clicking the button up here. I see you in the next video and hopefully tomorrow. Thank you very much.